Well, good morning everyone, and welcome once again to Orchids. I'm glad you can join me, and today I'm going to do some repotting and some watering. So we'll have a look at that as time goes on. Okay. Well, this is the one I'm going to be doing this morning. It's Phragmipedium erycteri that's looking a little bit sorry for itself. It hasn't been repotted in a long time, so some of the leaves are yellowing a little bit, so we'll get it repotted, and then as I'm watering I'll try and describe what I'm putting in the water and sort of calcium, magnesium and stuff like that, and we'll have a little talk about that. Okay, so we'll take this out of its pot, we'll give it a good squeeze. We'll see what the roots are like. There's probably have a lot of dead roots on it, which I'll have to cut off like I did the last one. Here it comes. And I think it needs to go in a larger pot, but I'll, you see that's, all the stuff is breaking up a little bit, the bark's breaking up, so it needs changing. So we'll get as much off this as we can. Check the roots, cut off all the bad stuff, and then we'll see what size of pot it needs to go into. Well, you can see it's got some new growths coming now. Yeah, plenty of plant growth there, and there doesn't feel like there's many bad roots on, but I'll clean it all up and I'll come back and show you when I've cleaned it all up. Well, I'm pleased to say I've cleaned it up the best I can, and there's not very many bad roots in it. All these dark coloured ones are just a darkish brown, that's all. They're not black at all, and plenty of new growths. Some root growth there, little ones coming up there, nice little one there. Must concentrate on keeping the camera what I'm showing you. Plenty of new root growths coming out there. Ah, it looks very good, and I'm pleased to say, as I was fiddling with the roots a little bit, a plant dropped off, and here it is. So I've got another erycteri now, only had one before. This has got some nice new growths on it, and a nice looking little plant it is too. Very nice as well. So that's another plant I've got. So what I'll do is I'll plant this new division into the old pot where it fits very nicely, and I've got a bigger pot here for the plant I've just repotted, and that'll fit nicely in there. So I'll just do that now, and then I'll carry on with the watering. So what I'll pot them up in, I've got a mixture here of it's pearlite, growth stones and melcourt bark, and I think that's all there is in it, and that's all it needs. Phragmipediums aren't fussy about what you pot them up in, so I'll just do these and then I'll start off with the other section. And here we have the two plants now, all potted up in the new pots with the new substrate in it. So the only thing to do now, we've put the labels in, and is to let them get on with the new growth cycle. Well, I've got a bucket full of RO water here, and I'll just warm it up with some RO water from the kettle I've just warmed up, until we get to about 23 degrees is fine. Temperature of the water is 22 degrees, so that's sufficient. So what we do now is we add some CalMag, and I know if I put 3mm drops in there, then the ppm will rise to about between 90 and 100. So I've tested it that many times, I don't need to test it again. So that's between 90 and 100. And in that I put some phosphagen, only a small amount. And I'll tell you all about the ingredients in a minute. This is the phosphagen. And I'll only be putting about that much in. So we'll stir all that together, put that away. And then we'll test it again. Just make sure it's all nicely mixed. So we've got calcium in there, we've got magnesium in there, we've got sulphur in there, we've got phosphates in there, we've got potassium and everything you can mention. And only in small doses. Now the ppm of that now is 244. So that's fine just for the odd watering. I'll not bother taking any out now. I'll not bother taking any more water out and putting any fresh water in just to lower it. 244 is neither here nor there. We got calcium in here now through the CalMag. You know, calcium, if there's a lack of it, you get black growth at tips of the new growth, and sometimes surrounded by a yellowish band. The plant needs more calcium during active growth to build the cell walls of new growth and prevent the death of the root tips. So calcium is very, very beneficial for things like that. We've also got magnesium in, which shows up the deficiency of yellowing leaves, misshapen leaves, mottling of the leaves, you know, all stuff like that. And you get the mottling of the leaves, especially if there's a lack of magnesium and the plant goes through a very cold spell. The older leaves of the plant die off when there's a transition of the magnesium from the old plant to the new growth. We have nitrogen, which is needed for plant growth. And if the plant isn't getting enough nitrogen, then it will have stunted growth and also, once again, a yellowing of the leaves. So make sure it has enough nitrogen. And also the bark in your compost competes with the nitrogen to form the fungi, beneficial fungi. So they need quite a bit of nitrogen. They like more calcium than nitrogen, just a little bit more, but they like 3 or 4 times more calcium than magnesium. And then we've got phosphorus. Well, the lack of phosphorus usually shows something like the same symptoms of nitrogen, but phosphorus is essential for photosynthesis and for the production of the flowers. And then there's sulphur, which once again the lack of this shows yellowing of leaves and new growth, but shouldn't occur if you are dosing the plant with magnesium, because the magnesium contains enough sulphur to do its job, what it should be doing. So there's nothing now I can tell you really, only I'll carry on watering. I'll not show you that because I've seen it plenty of times. So I apologise if this is such a short video, but I hope it's given you a little bit of information. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to subscribe, I'd be more than appreciative. And thank you again, once again, for watching. And until next time, I'll see you later.